everyone, welcome back to the Cally Cartel. This week I have Austin with me on FaceTime, and we are going to be having a somewhat heated debate about his opinions about music. So definitely weigh in and let us know in the comments what you think of the video and who you think had a more valid argument.
A few months ago, I was talking to my boy, and we were having a debate about, music. You know how we are talking about the music artists and everything, and, good music, bad music, people we like, people we don't like. And specifically, Drake was mentioned. And, he was always a huge fan of him since his music came out. And I thought, I still think his music is cool. But I think that he's overrated right now in the sense of his music is kind of watered down now compared to how it used to be. Really, it's kind of oversaturated. And he was like really, really adamant about, nah, it's not. He's gotten better over time. He's shown true progress, this and that. And I'm like, all right, cool. And you know how I am. I like to say things that provoke people's emotion. And I had said Will Smith should be higher than Drake. And he had a problem with that. And he was so adamant about it.
Okay, but let's talk about that.
Let's talk about it.
Will Smith as a whole better than, you saying his catalog of work is better than Drake?
His body of work, as far as Will's, I want to say not obviously his last two per se, but those first two are better and more impactful than any Drake album. I'm not going to say as far as playability, but I'm saying as far as the impact it had, what he brought to the table to music at that time, on top of everything it is that he was doing. Because without Will, there would be no Drake in music.
When I think of Will Smith and I think of songs like the Wild Wild West and Switch and like all those like really corny songs, the Wild Wild West, it was.
Take Switch out.
No, we can't take Switch out. Switch is in his catalog.
Switch really sounds like a
Switch is in his catalog, but Switch is in the catalog.
Switch sounds like a swingers theme song.
If we talking about all Drake,
Hollywood.
We talking about all Will Smith, and that was terrible.
When you said Wild Wild West, what other rap artist, hip hop artist, was able to make a song and then have it featured as a theme song on a motion picture, on a film, like a big screen film?
I didn't say he wasn't successful.
And to top it off, he's starring in it.
Okay, I didn't say he's not smart or successful, but I'm saying if we're just taking the song,
that's called placement.
If we're just taking the song though, and we listening to the song and we're dissecting Wild Wild West lyrics,
but the song went crazy platinum though. So people say it was bad, but the song went crazy.
I'm just saying, in comparison,
glasses at Burger King when you got your food there. I remember those days.
But you're trying to compare this song. It's corny. I didn't say it wasn't good. I didn't say I wasn't singing it. I didn't say it wasn't all over the radio. It is, but it was corny.
Getting jiggy with it.
Getting jiggy with it was corny too.
You could say it's corny, but it's never corny when white soccer moms sing your raps. Who can drive around in a minivan with the sliding doors and drop their kids off, but listen to Will Smith and the kids like it and they back there having a good time enjoying it, like, yo, your mother's cool, and the mother's like knowing the words.
Okay, but kids today can't ride around and say that their mom is cool though. That's not today.
But I'm saying
that's back then.
We're talking about back
if you
then,
pull up today listening to Will Smith at school, the kids gonna be, Mom, roll the window up. That's not gonna be the case.
I mean, they would do the same thing if they heard Tupac. You got artists saying that Tupac is awful now. Current rap artists saying that are selling.
We can't talk about them.
And concerts and tours. So today is different because they're feeding garbage, so their ears are used to garbage. But we're talking about when there was a variety of things. And again, there were, in my opinion, in rap, there were like 4 sub-catalogs or sub-genres that rappers fell under. Obviously, in the 90s, the number one was street cred. It was the East Coast versus West Coast. Like I said, Death Row, Bad Boy. It was, you know, Tupac, Biggie, Snoop Dogg, Mobb Deep, DMX, Rough Riders, stuff like that. And that was the number one genre to me. And, well, the number one subgenre. Then you got the personable type of artists, the Heavy D's, the Will Smith, the Maces, you know what I'm saying? And
yeah.
The Booty Man.
The Booty Man. Sir Mix-a-Lot?
Sir Mix-a-Lot.
The Booty Man?
Mix-a-Lot. You know what I'm saying? And
I don't think that was personable, but I know what you mean.
I'm saying, you know what I mean? Like the artists with personality that kind of tried to sell music by charisma. Then you have, you know, the conscious rappers. Obviously, we all know who those are. I don't gotta name that. And then, obviously, the underground artists. And so, like I said, Will Smith to me was sandwiched in there until he made Summertime. And he ended up breaking grounds and making way for corny artists like Drake to be able to not have to go through that.
Okay, but you talking about his path of success.
Drake signed with Cash Money Records.
Taking over for the 99 and the 2000.
With Cash Money Records. So what I'm saying is that if Will Smith hadn't been Will Smith, Cash Money would have never looked at Drake because he didn't fit their mold.
Okay.
But see, the thing is though, corny can sell if you sell it to the right artist. You know what I mean? To the right audience, excuse me.
Yes.
And I think that's what happened.
Okay, but
Drake is the genre of Will Smith, if that makes sense.
Okay. But we're talking about catalog.
And also...
Okay. We're talking about catalog versus catalog. We're not talking about personalities. We're not talking about all that other stuff. Like, in comparison to other rap music, like if you want to talk about content or...
What's not corny rap? What rap
corny.
Is not corny?
Okay, I mean, it can all be corny. That's subjective. But I mean, like, when you are just, like, analyzing the content of the lyrics, like, there's not really much content in Going to Miami. They're just, like, fun party songs, which is not a problem. It's not a problem. But, I mean, like, I think that they just had so much success because of who he was at the time, what he had going on. He was able to plug his music in his shows and his movies. And he did not have abrasive lyrics. So it was easy to reach old people, young people, white people, black people, or whoever, because of the content he chose to have or the lyrics. Like, he made party songs. Like, Drake actually has lyrical content in his music.
Drake tries to market himself as what Will Smith did market himself as, or LL Cool J, like a laid back, chill, smooth type of saying he rhymes words and he tries to come off like he's a poetic with it. You know what I'm saying? And if that's the case, then you know your wordplay and your verbiage has to be a little bit more elegant than what it is that you exemplify. And it's just not, because he executes metaphors, but his similes are lacking. But let him tell it, he's developed so much as an artist, and he pats himself on the back in every chance he gets. And sometimes his music, it don't even seem like he has fun with it. And the thing is, it don't matter, like in sports, it don't matter if, you know, you just had 5 touchdowns in the game or 50 points or whatever. It's tough if you're not looking like you having fun. You still don't look like you belong. You still don't look like you're comfortable. And sometimes when you hear his music or you hear a project or some song, it doesn't seem like he's having fun with it. It seems like... Okay,
but you still talking about personality stuff. We talking about catalog versus catalog. We talking about getting jiggy with it. We're talking about getting jiggy with it versus...
Let's talk about getting jiggy with the first rapper winning the Grammy. Yeah, get jiggy with that.
But you're talking about accolades now. Yeah, talk about compare the song
that's
to a song. Getting jiggy with it compared to
that song was on 9 times platinum. Drake doesn't have a 9 times platinum.
He doesn't have a 9 times platinum album. You're right, but things are set up a little bit differently where we have streams and all that other stuff involved. So
his other albums was coming out before streams.
I know.
he had a chance. You know what I'm saying? But he just don't have it like that.
Okay, but I'm saying let's compare lyrics. So you want to talk about catalogs? Bug.
Lyrics.
Sorry. You said he has an overall better catalog. I'm saying like you don't cut on Will Smith to listen to him at your leisure. Now you're not cutting on getting jiggy with it. You cut on going to Miami if we in Miami maybe. But
I don't specifically go and cut on Drake. All right, if it's a new tape out or something like that, I'll give it a listen to judge and critique it so I can be knowledgeable on it and debate with people about it, you know, have fun like we doing now. But as far as like going through bumping it, that's an artist. I bump Peasy and Payroll.
Oh my.
You know what I'm saying? More than I bump Drake. And again, you know, I'm not saying Drake isn't a good artist. I'm saying he's one of the top, if not the top, you know, rap artists, hip hop artists out today. I'm not taking that away from him. He's good lyrically. He's sound. You know what I'm saying? But I brought Peasy, Payroll, Vezo,
Detroit
Doughboy,
people.
Cash Out. I listen to Detroit artists more than I listen to Drake. And you want to talk about lyrics? There's so many Drake lyrics that we can talk about, but you know, just to say lyrics, baby, you finer than your fine cousin and your cousin fine. That took effort. That took, you know.
On your mark, ready, set, let's go. Dance floor pro. I know you know I go psycho. When my new joint hit, just can't sit. Got to get jiggy with it. What? That took effort?
Hey, jiggy with it is an anthem. It's not a song.
It's an anthem. It's an anthem. It's an anthem. It is an anthem.
It's an anthem.
It's an anthem.
Beyonce has based her whole solo career off of those. That formula has proven to be successful.
Okay, but that's not what we're talking about. We talking about lyrics. You wanted to bring up a bad line? I brought up some corny stuff too.
Yeah, you can spare me the accolades. I'm the reason you can find my city on the Atlas page. My goodness.
What's wrong with that? Spare me the accolades. Atlas page. That's deep.
Who calls it that? Who calls it that? Cornballs.
It doesn't matter. He just used a different word.
50% corn, 50% ball.
But
balls.
You can't. Okay, Will Smith put the corn in corn ball though. Come on.
But Will Smith distributes the corn balls.
Okay, this man listened to a Stevie Wonder song and said, "Hey, I'm gonna take that bass line and I'm gonna make a whole another, what you want to call it, an anthem too? Wild Wild West. We about to bump that in the car."
And Drake took my Juve,
the
great,
Juvie the Great,
and turned it into a R&B song.
I mean, I just don't feel like you have a very valid argument with his music being corny. I feel like him as a person is corny. We talking about catalog to catalog.
SpongeBob blew that whistle. Loser. Come on now.
Okay.
Training money, Oklahoma City Thunder.
I got a question. I need to ask somebody. Why is it that when y'all see me at the party, y'all be looking like, ooh, he a movie star. He ain't supposed to be out on the floor with everybody. But oh wait, whoa, y'all forgetting when I was an amateur spitting before the scripts were written.
On his album Views, he has a song called Faithful. He says, "Have you coming all summer like a season pass? I want to turn you out like pitch black." If that is not a terrible example of a simile, excuse me, he's great with similes, not metaphors. If that is not a terrible, terrible, terrible way to use and compare and contrast something using like or as, I want to turn you out like pitch black.
Okay, well, we have to wrap this conversation up because Austin has to go to practice, but I need everybody to weigh in these comments, and please let us know who you think had a better catalog. We are talking catalog to catalog, not who is more successful. Let us know in the comments who had a better catalog of work.
9 times
okay.
There would be no room for other goofballs if the first goofball had not paved the way.
Okay. And that's true. But we're talking catalog of music, lyrical content. You have yet to really dive into that. So I win. You know what? I don't even need y'all to tell us in the comments. I win. So we're not even done with this conversation though. We're gonna have to pick this up after practice because you tripping. That is it for this week's video. If you haven't already checked out our other videos, please go and like and subscribe to our page.
Will Smith versus everybody.
Goodbye, everyone.